The juice industry has been seeing continued growth in the Asia-Pacific region, with better-for-you functional juices in particular seeing rising interest in the post-COVID era. So to find out more about this trend, in this edition of the F&A Deep Dive, we speak to Dr. Leslie Stevenson from Frucor Suntory. But first, we find out more about the firm's approach to juice innovation.
Yes, so we have a range of both chilled products, so fresh juices, and stable ambient juices. And we also have, as you pointed out, Ribena, which comes in concentrate form. So we take a consumer-led approach to innovation, where we talk to consumers, get insights, and then work to develop products based on these insights. So we knew that there was an opportunity for a superior fruit drink in the market containing pulp, but we weren't quite sure how to unlock the magic recipe to develop consumers' optimum pulpy sensory experience. And so we partnered with Colmer Brunson's sensory team. A bespoke hybrid approach of sensorial workshops was used. These workshops helped develop the new product from the ground up. This research approach resulted in the delivery of a clear and detailed blueprint, which we called the Wheel of Pulpy Goodness. And this was a useful tool, very useful tool indeed, for Frucor Suntory's product development team to follow. And then that launch of Just Use Pulped in September 2020 has had an immediate impact on the market, exceeding business objectives just 4 months after launch. So working with consumers, having a consumer-led approach to innovation is really how we undertake innovation.
All right, cool. So if we move on to some of the main consumer trends that you're currently seeing in juices in the region, what could you tell me about this? Is it things like functional products, better for you products, or anything else?
Yes, so I think it's a great question, and we brought a functional range to our shelf-stable brand when we launched McCoy Plus. So functional benefits tend to be seen in chilled juice products, but we offered a range of products that are blends of both fruit and vegetable juices with additional benefits. So we've got a product for immunity that has vitamin C for immune support. We've got a product for vitality, which is about reducing fatigue. And then we have a product for balance, which contains prebiotics or fiber. It can see that functional offerings will evolve in the future, particularly in the chilled juice space, as new technologies and ingredient solutions continue to emerge. I've recently seen a new ingredient coming out in the protein space that's allowing protein to come and potentially be added to juice. So I think it's watch this space in that regard. And the other area that we're working on in terms of better for you is that we're working on sugar reduction technologies with our parent company Suntory that we can apply to our juice products in the future, as there's no doubt that consumers are looking for better for you options, and concerns about sugar do restrict the amount of juice that some consumers will drink.
In terms of localization, local flavors and local fruits, where does Frucor Suntory source your fruits for your juices? Is it mostly from local sourcing? Do you have your own orchards or anything like that?
So yeah, there's a strong emphasis on local sourcing with our chilled range. These products are made in our factory in the Hawke's Bay region of New Zealand, and we actually have long-term partnerships with local orchards and growers. And this allows us to source our apples and oranges locally where we can.
In terms of processing, does Frucor Suntory use any sorts of unique processing techniques for any of your juice brands? Could you tell me more about these, the benefits of such special techniques?
All our fruits is actually cold pressed, and that's not anything unique to us. But I think the opportunity I did want to talk about is around a project that we've been working on to reduce waste. So the largest waste stream at our Hawke's Bay production site is the solid remains, and that actually makes up almost half the total waste that comes from juice pressing. We've been working to find alternative viable solutions for this waste with researchers from Callaghan Innovation here in New Zealand. And this has helped us identify opportunities to use more of the fruit in our products and to on-sell any byproducts we could extract from the pumice of the fruit, such as Valencia oil or the aromatic components that make natural Valencia flavour extracts. Other byproducts that could be extracted from the pumice include New Zealand orange flower, freeze-dried cells and peel, orange fibre, orange thickener, orange antioxidants, and orange smoothie puree bases. So you can see there's a whole toolkit of other materials, raw materials that can be used. And we're currently discussing the opportunity for Suntory to use our freeze-dried lemon peel in their alcoholic beverages. And this would offer the same quality as frozen peel, but it would have a better shelf life.
Before and after COVID-19 hit the region, have you seen any change in demand for the juices or any different types of juices after COVID hit? Did any become more popular?
I think juice in general, it's a great category to be involved in because it has high penetration with little rejection. But once COVID hit, we saw a rise in the shelf-stable juices. And I think people really wanted to make fewer trips to the supermarket or to shop. And so shelf-stable products allowed them to still enjoy the benefits of juice without the need to chill them. And then the other thing is that chilled juice does tend to be more on impulse and less planned. And so people were not freely out and about, during lockdowns to make the purchases. So that was really what was happening, what the dynamics were. And we're seeing now that chilled juice is coming back. We're lucky in New Zealand to be relatively free from ongoing restrictions, full restrictions. So we're seeing that the chilled juice is coming back, and there is a demand, of course, where people want naturally functional products even more now, given the situation with COVID.
Yeah, I also wanted to find out a bit more about your take on the health star rating situation over in Australia and New Zealand, where I understand the ratings for many juices were brought down due to sugar concerns. Did this also affect Frucor Suntory? How has the company reacted to this regulatory change?
Yes, as you've said, I think I'd like to answer this question. It's a great opportunity. So I think most New Zealand 100% juice products currently receive an automatic 5-star rating. So most Australian and New Zealand, they currently receive 5-star rating. But the new Trans-Tasman rules will rate juices according to their sugar content, as you already alluded to. And earlier this year, the Australian and New Zealand Ministerial Forum on Food Regulation voted to reduce the 4- and 5-star ratings that we currently have to as low as 2 stars, and even down to half a star for some fruit, some juice drinks. So I think the issue there is that all food and beverage products with less than 3.5 stars move from a core food to a discretionary food on the HSR scale. And most fruit juices would then be considered discretionary or for occasional consumption. So our position remains that juice should receive a fair health star rating that takes into account juice as a natural way to boost the consumer intake of vitamins and minerals, and it's packed with nutrients, and juice plays an important role in providing vitamin C, potassium and folate, amongst others.
Apart from the health star ratings issue, what are the other sorts of main challenges that the juice industry is currently facing in the region? Could you highlight some of these for me?
Yes, I guess the major challenge that we're experiencing is raw material supply. So getting our materials from various parts of the world, the shipping times, the lead times, all of that is making life quite challenging for the business. Again, something where we're not alone. It's happening to everybody, but and it is the biggest challenge probably right now.